A recent economic study was released highlighting Winona State University's impact not only on the local economy but across the region. According to that study, conducted by the Wilder Foundation, the university contributes more than $300 million economically to Winona and southeast Minnesota.
I've seen studies that use these large multipliers that, extrapolate, really enormous benefits. But the fact is, these are very conservative numbers. The approach they took is very conservative, and they're estimating a $300 million impact to the immediate local economy. If you take a look at just the direct expenditures of Winona State being close to $200 million a year, that extra half spent by students and all the secondary impacts of employment in the region isn't so much of a reach.
According to Schmidt, the study looked primarily at the amount of local purchases made by the university, as well as how much money students are spending in the community.
What it didn't include is all the money parents spend here. Things have changed since, Dave, you and I were students here. In the old days, parents would load up U-Hauls and bring down the TVs, the microwaves, the small refrigerators, all the things that are necessary for a dormitory. Well, in our new internet-based, big box economy, what we're finding is that parents and students are bringing down their personal items, clothing, iPods, a few of those kinds of things. And then they go with their list. And sometimes they've actually purchased it online and they just pick it up. They go to Target, Walmart, wherever in Winona, and they pick up exactly the refrigerator they reserved, microwaves, and all those appliances. The other thing is, check with your local retailers, check with your local restaurateurs, Parents' Weekend, anytime there's a group of parents, what are the parents doing? They're taking their kids out to eat, they're filling up their car, they're filling up their refrigerators, they're going grocery shopping. They're making that run to Target because, they need, laundry detergent, they need clothes and other things. Parents really have a huge impact.
Something that the survey does not account for is the economic impact students have on the local economy through their employment by local companies who rely on a student workforce.
Talk to some of the small merchants or the big organizations such as Fastenal. Ask them how many Winona State students they have employed for them. Ask them what it would be like to try to operate without that intelligent, bright, motivated labor force.
The Wilder study also covered the impact students have upon graduation and entering the state's workforce. There, too, Winona State University graduates are making their financial presence felt.
We graduate around 1,700 students a year. They calculate and estimate, based on what our majors are and everything else, what those students are likely to earn and what they're likely to pay in taxes. Now, they do it over a 40-year work period, which would be pretty typical. They estimate for every graduating class the impact to taxes that they pay over that period is over $360 million.
Schmidt also says the university has made great strides to become more efficient in all facets of operation and that the data is backing that up.
Adjusted for inflation, we are spending now less per student than we were 10 years ago. So we've made the cuts internally as well. We've changed how we do things as well. I'm hoping that we've done it in a thoughtful way.
On a statewide level, the Wilder study shows the 7 state universities and 24 community and technical colleges that make up the Minnesota State Colleges and University System generate an annual economic impact of $8.3 billion and a return of $13.53 for each $1 of state appropriation.